So the weighted full crunch is actually a non-compressive advanced abdominal exercise. So sometimes we're thinking, how do I work my advanced clients in a way that still won't compress through the lumbar spine? This is it. You're combining a reverse crunch with an overhead dumbbell pullover. So essentially starting in this position, everything comes out, your abs are held tight, you pull back in, you maintain your neutral in your lower back the whole time. So again, legs and upper body out at the same time, pressing those abs so that you're not losing your neutral and going into a hyperextension, and back like so. Really advanced exercise. This is how you would do it with a band and a dumbbell. It works really well on a cable crossover machine. You can actually attach the ankle cuffs to the feet and hold on to a flat bar with your hands. So ankle cuffs held to the feet, pulling from one side of the cables. You're lying down on a bench or the floor, straight arm pressed down with the bar up here. The next exercise I'll show is a inchworm. This is a great one to work on hamstring flexibility, core engagement, and overall balance and strength of the body. You're going to fold yourself down, keeping your back as straight as possible till the point that you haft around to get your hands to the floor. Walk your hands forward into high plank, protracted shoulders, abs tight. Walk your feet back until you're getting this great hamstring contraction. You may need to bend your knees if your hamstrings are a little tight. Flatten out and roll on up. One more time. And if people are tight on space, I'll have them just turn around. And that is a folding down, flat through the back, rounding through the last bit. Walk your fingertips out into high plank. Walk your feet back until the point that you can't keep your back straight. Roll on up until the point that you can flatten through your back and engage your hamstrings and glutes. The last advanced exercise I'll teach is a vertical knee raise. So we're going to come over to the pull-up bars. We'll teach this as a hanging exercise. Grab on here, engage your shoulder blades. So you're pulling your shoulder blades down your spine. Draw your knees up into your chest. Back down. If you're on a short bar, you can touch the floor to get your balance. And back up. Things to watch on this: you don't want people in a dead hang. That's really hard on the rotator cuff. Function of the rotator cuff is to hold the humerus in its capsule or in its joint. So a little bit of retraction or depression of the shoulder blades. Draw the knees up into the chest and back down. If someone is not good in lumbar flexion, I'll keep them in a bit of a neutral and not go into the crunch. You can advance this into a straight leg lift like that. Now let's go through the stretch sequence of the abs. So I'll teach you 3 stretches or mobility exercises. Going back down to the floor here. Classic abdominal stretch is a Sphinx or Cobra pose. And so you're going to walk yourself down into a tripod position, press your hips and your thighs into the floor, draw yourself upward and forward as if you're at the slide at the playground and you're at the bottom and you're trying to pull yourself up the slide. So just pulling up like this. You do not have to be up really high. I focus on the forward pull enough that they're feeling a pull through their abs. If you have the flexibility in your lumbar spine, you can go up into Cobra, but be careful about that amount of lumbar extension. We also have a long body stretch. This is really great for anybody who has disc injuries or problems at the lower back. Point the toes, arch through the back, bring the arms above the head, and stretch yourself long, feeling that stretch through the abs. If people have shoulder injuries, you can take the arms out here or just keep them in the chest and focus on reaching from the top of the head. Finally, a mobility exercise we do as a cat-cow. That is in quadruped position, pressing the shoulders toward the, pressing the mid-back to the ceiling, dropping the chin toward the chest, retracting the shoulder blades, flattening out through the back, lifting the head toward the ceiling. Breath cycle. Exhale up, inhale down, or vice versa. Like so. If someone has lumbar disc compression, you want to avoid going too deep into a thoracic kyphosis, like this. You don't want it to reach down into the lumbar spine, so you shorten that motion and just focus on a little bit of motion through the thoracic. I cue a tightening of the abs in that situation to protect the lower back.